Nickus.
Good evening. We're going to call the meeting to order. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everybody. We have a draft agenda in front of us. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Motion.
Christy, support. Jake. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Up first, we have exciting recognition tonight. Dr. Matthews.
Thank you. The Odyssey of the Mind program is a strong program here in the Rockford Public Schools, and tonight we're pleased to recognize some of the teams that have advanced in this competition. And so we'll turn it over to Mr. Folsom and Mrs. Ramsey.
All right, Christy's going to help me out. We're going to start with our Division I team from Canonsburg, coached by Dee Albin and Tree Anderson. If you want to come on in. How you doing? Come on over to your certificate. How you doing? Thanks for coming. Come right through here. Say hi to Christy. Hey, congratulations. Good job. Good job. Good job. We'll have certificates, and you guys want to slide right down behind the table there. Hi, thanks for coming. All right, do a quick photo. Yeah.
Scooch back. And we're going this way.
Awesome. Good job. So if you want to just slide on through. Yep. And our next Division I team from Rockwood, coached by UC Sullivan and Amy Sullivan. Yeah, and I neglected to share the names of the students of the first team, so let me catch up on that. Sorry, folks, we're going to get organized. So, first team from Canonsburg, we have Grant, Alyssa, Diem, Allison, Josie, and Jack. I left the glasses over there. And then from Rockwood, we have Grady Sullivan, Gavin, Noah, Asher, Morgan, Lynn, and Mary. Congratulations. Good luck at Worlds. Thanks for being here. Good luck at Worlds. Good job. Hey, good job.
Shake his hand.
Congratulations, Coach. And up next, the Division II team have students from both East Rockford Middle School and Lakes, coached by Katie Austin and Angela Brees. And on this team, we have Claire, Abby, Abigail, Isaac, Evan, Mateo, and Violet. Congratulations. Come on through. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. Good luck at Worlds. You ready for Iowa? Congratulations. Good job, guys. Congratulations. Thanks for coming. Hi, coaches. Congratulations. Good luck at Worlds. All right, and up next we have a Division II team from North Rockford Middle School. Coaches are Ann Vardish and Megan Stelzer. And on this team we have Samantha, Natalie, Stella, Brady, Alex, and Kieran. Thanks for coming. Come on through. Congrats. Let's see. Congrats. Good luck. Good luck. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Congratulations. Good luck in Iowa. Up next, we have a Division II team from North Rockford Middle School, coached by Kelly Ringler and Shelley Lofton. On this team, we have Max, Audrey, Johan, Piper, and Haley. Congrats. Congratulations. Thanks for calling. Congratulations. Hey, Coach. Congratulations. I'm great. Hey, good. Good luck in Iowa. And last but not least, we have a Division III team with students from, I think, both North, no, let's see. East Rockford Middle School and Rockford Freshman Center. Yep, coached by Chelsea Sanako. Thank you for the help. And on this team, we have Addie, Kevin, Autumn, Ainsley, Lily, Liliana, and Isabella. Congratulations.
We'll walk
Just
to
go
you.
right down this line. Thanks for coming. Good luck in Iowa. Congratulations.
Nice work. Good to see you. There you go. There's yours.
And I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our program coordinators who spend countless hours putting together a very strong year in and year out OM program for Rockford. And without their tireless commitment and dedication to the program, we would not see the level of success that we see consistently after year. So please come on in. Amanda Merrill, UC Sullivan's here, Lisa Wilner, Jessica Carsey, and Pete Handworker, for those that were able to make it tonight. Comments you want to share with the board?
We just thank you guys for your support, your continued support of Odyssey of the Mind. It really is an amazing program. It involves so many kids and their talents and strengths, so just thank you.
And all of these teams qualified for the World Championship in Iowa,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
So, and that will be held when?
Next week.
Yep. May 21st.
So our Rockford OM program this year had 26 teams participating, a total of 173 students, 50 coaches, volunteer coaches. All Rockford Public Schools were represented with at least one team member from each school. We also had homeschool kids participate, as well as a few Rockford residents that attend non-Rockford schools. 13 out of 26 teams, so 50%, moved on to the state finals competition. 7 of those 13, so just under 50%, moved on to the world finals. So tremendous success. So thank you again, coaches. All right, so the easiest exit might be for you to just continue down that direction. Okay, our next recognition item is for our student representative to the Board of Education.
So this year, we had a student representative to the Board of Education, Camille Dalton, and we're very excited that she will graduate next Monday night, and then she will go on to Grand Valley State University. And so the board has a small token of their appreciation for your service this year.
Thank you so much.
And Camille has been faithful in attending board meetings and reporting on the activities of Rockford High School. So we're very appreciative of that and wish you well in your future.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yep, on behalf of the board, I'll just say congratulations and thank you for being here for your reports. It's always interesting to hear the tremendous breadth of all the good things that are going on. And so we thank you for your service here, and probably more importantly for all you've done for your class as a leader of the class. So congratulations and we wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're moving on then to our consent agenda. We have 5 items tonight. Approval of minutes from our April 15th regular meeting, presentation of bills in the amount of just over $12 million, some certified staff resignations, retirements, and the KISD budget. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Kelly moves. Support? Christie? Okay. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thanks everybody. On to new business number 1, William and Company book bus donation.
Thank you, Mr. Folsom. We have a representative from Williams & Company. We ask you to come up to the podium and introduce yourself and identify the gift that you're presenting to the
All right, easy enough. I'd rather be part of the Odyssey of the Mind, though. That probably more fun. But anyway, my name is Brooke Nichols. I work with Williams & Company. I've been working in the 403B field, I guess, for over 20 years. But Williams and Company is celebrating their 25th year in the business. So we're one of the core providers for the 403B retirement, the boring financial stuff that nobody really likes to talk about, but we find it super fun. But anyway, Rich is the owner, and he's a very generous person, and came up with the idea since it's 25 years to do 25 $1,000 donations. So we reached out to superintendents back in February, and Mr. Matthews submitted a couple ideas, or at least one. I know of the one that I'm presenting today. So we have a check here. Thank goodness it's not huge when they told me it's a big check. But it's $1,000 for the Rockford book bus, which I learned a little bit about today, and I think is a really cool program. I'm a lifelong reader, and I love reading, so I think it's cool. And I'm a terrible public speaker, so I'm going to end there, and I'm going to hand this over to you, and I'm assuming the regular check either came or is coming. You don't have to take that today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, really
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, thanks to Williams and Company. We're super grateful for that gift, the Rockford bus. Terrific. Thank
And it
you.
will be used well this summer to purchase additional materials for the book bus. And so we're very grateful for that. So thank you very much.
Okay, up next is spring policy first reading. Dr. Matthews?
And I'll turn this over to Dr. Wilson-Croft.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews. We have a spring policy update in front of you. This is the first reading of that policy change. So there are 8 changes to existing policies, and then there's a recommendation of 1 new policy. So I'll handle the 1 new policy first. That 1 new policy would be 6350, and that's a prevailing wage policy. So that follows new state guidance that comes in the form of law around when we're using certain types of bond dollars that are secured by the state, we must ensure that we're paying prevailing wage. So our policies haven't said that before because that law wasn't here before. And so Neola's recommending a new policy that just puts us in line with that new legislation around prevailing wage and state secured bond dollars. So that's that one. The much of the rest of the policies updates come in the form of what Neola calls technical changes, which are editorial in nature. So you'll see most of them come in the form of that. One specific policy to highlight is policy 8800, which is religious and patriotic ceremonies and observances. You're probably all aware that in 2022, Kennedy versus Bremerton School District changed a little bit of what people across the country were administering from a perspective of staff members engaging in the free expression of religion. And so this policy makes some changes, or the recommended policy would be to make some changes to get in line with that Kennedy versus Bremerton School District court case. If you recall, that case is a case out of the state of Washington, where a football coach was kneeling in prayer after football games. So you probably remember that actually happened in 2015, 16, 17, and then it took 5 years for that to get to the Supreme Court for a ruling. And so Neola is making that recommendation across all of its book of business to get more in line with constitutional law. So that one has some substantive changes in it to get in line with that. And Trustee Helms asked me a few questions about that policy. And so I can take questions about it now, or you can read it and ask me questions about it, or any of the other policies. And then we'll have this come back up for second reading next month as well.
Okay. Thanks, Corey. Any questions for Corey? So no action tonight, just first reading. If you have questions now, we can field them. Otherwise, we've got a month to review and come back next time and talk again before we vote. Any questions? Okay. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks, Corey. Up next, new business number 3, STEAM classroom startup cost.
So this will come to the board for approval tonight, and I'll turn to Mr. Ray.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews. Previously, at a meeting, we talked a little bit about our expansion of STEAM in the entire district. So RAMS 11 had STEAM as an initiative to consider a scope and sequence K-12. So we've made some great progress in the last 2 years, and I'm looking forward to next year being even more progress at the elementary school. 2 years ago, we introduced 1 STEAM experience for students. across our elementary school by hiring a teacher. Last year, we had 2 other teachers join the team. So our students currently in the elementary schools receive 1 STEAM experience every 2 weeks. This year, and feedback has been fantastic, the design thinking concepts, the activities that the students participate in are new and different. This year, we are, for 24-25, planning on keeping STEAM within like a regular special. So STEAM will be offered 1 day per week for each of our elementary school children. And then in order to do that and be equitable across the district, you saw me bring some furniture to you as part of the maybe March board meeting. And so today I bring to you some startup costs for some of our larger materials that go into the STEAM rooms and some of the general startup materials for the classroom. So our interest is to outfit each elementary with 1 STEAM classroom, equitable across the district, so our students can participate in a STEAM special each week. In the memo and then the list of items, you'll see 2 different types of items. Some of our larger tech type of items, that includes 3D printers, some robots, some iPads, some tools, and then also some consumable items that includes things like Ziploc bags and masking tape and some of the more disposable or consumable items that would be used during 1 class period. So I've written it because there's a large list of items in kind of a not to exceed way. Allison and I will work through the business office to do some ordering specifically with some of the items that are on the list. And to not to exceed the bond monies that have been allocated, and then some monies allocated from general fund. Our interest is to do some ordering here in the next few weeks so that the beginning of school has these STEAM classrooms outfitted properly.
So we would ask the board to approve the recommendation that comes to you tonight. Not to exceed is in the notes there that you have. And if you have any questions, Mr. Ram or Allison could answer those this evening.
Okay, motion to approve the recommendation?
I move.
Kelly, in support?
I'll support.
Jake, any questions or discussion? No? Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Next is our certified staff new hire. Please.
Dr. Wilson Crown.
I am very pleased to bring to you 2 very difficult to fill positions for Rockford schools early in the hiring season. And so a big thank you to Mindy Dubar, Executive Director of Student Services, and her teams for really getting out ahead of some difficult to fill positions. So you see before you 2 positions, for one for a social worker and one for a school psychologist. The social worker is somebody who we know because she has been in training here at our school district, and we're thrilled to be able to have a position for her. The other person is a school psychologist. Very difficult to secure in any district across Michigan, and especially one that has experience. So you'll note in the resume for our school psychologist that she's most recently been working up with our friend Nick Siglarek up in Traverse City, and so we're pleased to be able to bring that recommendation to you tonight for 2 new staff members, social work and school psychologists.
So we would recommend that you approve those hires, and they will start for the 24-25 school year.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Motion to approve.
A motion.
Christie, support.
Kelly.
Kelly, any questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody. Up next is the KIASB board election.
So as you know, the KISB had 3 open seats, and there are 3 candidates running for a 3-year term. The term would expire in June of 2027. It says choose 3 from the list below, and there's only 3 listed. So one of them is our own Christy Ramsey from Rockford, Teresa Ramirez from Northview, and Ken Hornecker from Godwin Heights. And so this usually is taken care of at their board of directors meeting, but they did not have that this year. And so each district needs to approve this, and so we would ask you to approve those 3 names, and then we would forward this on to the KIASB.
All right, motion to approve those 3 candidates. Jake, and I'll support. Questions or discussion? Thanks, Christy, for stepping up. Yes, sir. We appreciate it. All right, all in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
That's everybody. Okay, thanks very much. All right, item 6, presentation of graduates.
So we have a list for you this evening of the over 600 Rockford High School graduates and the 15 River Valley Academy graduates. And we present this list to you so that you can see who the graduates will be next Monday for Rockford High School and a little bit later in the month for River Valley. And this requires no board action, but is given to you as information this evening.
Terrific, thank you. Up next is item 7, our Rockford Freshman Center concept.
And I will turn to Allison Clemens.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews. This evening I have Jared Goss from OAK and I have Tom Vandegren from GMB, and they are going to walk through the playbook for the Freshman Center concept. This is included in the scope of the 2019 bond as a refresh for the Rockford Freshman Center, and based on feedback from administrators and teachers and support staff, this playbook was developed. So I'll turn it over to these gentlemen.
Sure.
Do you want me to click you through the slides? Or
Yeah, do you want us to walk them through, move the slides?
Sure, I can move them.
You got it.
You got them? Okay.
You just gotta scroll down. Yeah. You go ahead, you can give me this one. So, yeah, the exciting upgrades for the Freshman Center. This is in the process of design. There's schematic design, design development, construction documents. Those are the 3 major phases. We're in the middle phase right now. So not an extreme amount of detail yet, but the conceptual stuff is really behind us, and we're moving forward developing that detail. So this is the overall plan that I'll walk you through a minute first, and we have some blow-ups that show some of these areas in a little more detail. The areas in blue suggest the areas that are getting upgrades. So I'm going to start at the top of the plan and work its way down. The very top indicates some mechanical upgrades, some new chillers and mechanical systems for upgrading the mechanical system in the building. It also represents the entire building that there are a select few areas in the building that have air conditioning. This is to complete the air conditioning to the remainder of the educational spaces. Yeah, so it's a big deal. So it's a small little box, but it represents a lot that's going on in that. Might be the most expensive box on it. So then working your way down, a couple of the little blue boxes up top there are significant, represent other ones that are down as well, that are restrooms. And so we're upgrading and renovating the restrooms, fixtures, et cetera, and installing partitions that are floor to height kind of thing for privacy stalls to handle some different kinds of restroom issues in today's world. So those are the next 2 down suggest that. There's a few others that are sprinkled in there. Then working your way down, if you know the plan well, in the middle there is the cafeteria. And then the blue bar right next to the cafeteria is renovations to create the stage as a space for the cafeteria. It's not used much. It's a waste of space, if you will. So we're lowering that to give us more seating in the cafeteria, some other opportunities which actually benefit the use of the cafeteria more. And then on either side of that are restroom configurations that we're just going to, again, they're getting renovations, same kind of things for the restrooms, but also in those spaces we're going to invert the access so it's off of the cafeteria, not off the corridor. There's a lot of need for that. Immediately the kids can come and go to the restroom and kind of keep an eye on that versus just turning loose in the hallway system. Excuse me. So then working down to the middle there, to the left, that big grouping there is the IT area, district IT, and the middle half of that piece, can't really point it well for you, is an existing area that's getting renovated. They currently have their offices in this area. We're going to move them all into there and renovate those offices, and then the piece to the left is an addition to make up the space that they're in right now in the building, so that they're now, the whole IT is together, offices, workbenches, loading of stuff, pallets and things that come in with equipment, so they can download that right into a work, much more convenient for them for overall layout. And then it also pulls their function out of the core of the building to turn that over for more educational use for the benefit of the students. So that core piece in the middle there, excuse me, includes some of that which will be located to the left, and then it includes an old LGI space which is not used very well. It's the old theater style seats, not very flexible, not at all flexible, not used very well for education. So that's going to be transformed into this STEAM concept. It's going to give a lot of opportunity for that to grow at the freshman center level. The top 2 spaces there are designed to be one large space for developing things, working on projects, developing robots, you name it, whatever that curriculum ends up being. Working on those pieces, testing them out, instruction for that. Or it could be subdivided into 2 large classroom type spaces for flexibility of different kinds of uses. So that's that primary piece. Around it are workspaces, tools, equipment, the staff lounge is in there, the restroom reconfiguration, and some storage pieces are all the little components around that. Then to the right is a small little blue box there that says counseling. That's some reorganization of some spaces to give them more efficient counseling things they needed and a calming room and certain things. It's working within the existing footprint, but just a little better layout for things that would benefit them better. Then down below is the media center piece. Same footprint that it's in there right now. We're going to enclose that with some glass to help with some acoustical issues. Because right now, if you've been there, you walk by and it's open. It's not very usable for instruction. The left side of it's going to be developed for a class to have some collaboration and instruction there with the kind of amenities, projectors, etc. Above and below it are some small breakout rooms, so the students can be working on projects, break out in teams of 4 into those glass spaces to be working, teachers can keep an eye on them. And then the book component primarily to the right of that space. Developing a new corridor that crosses through there so that access is better. Right now you can't access that thing other than the side. So there'll be a new corridor that has a main entry that sort of is, brings you right into the center of a circulation space. And so it'll feel quite a bit different when we get done, a lot more collaborative and more contemporary kind of an educational opportunity. And then down below, this is an existing courtyard, just working on cleaning that up a bit and some better drainage and some issues that are just existing in there. Yeah, another one example of some restrooms getting renovated. And the last thing I would say is the elevator replacement. And it's old and having some troubles. So that's the basic scope. This is a little enlargement of that counseling area. And there's been a lot of time on it, but the dark walls indicate some new things that are getting reorganized. Next one is the IT area. Again, all of their offices and conference and those stations there. The workbenches up top and the storage, the delivery of product right through that main exterior door. Then that's the very top is that cafeteria component. Middle there is the steam. You can see the 2 kind of workspaces and then some support around it. And then the cafeteria, the media center piece, below. So another enlargement of that steam area. That 1 and 2 can be combined as one big area or subdivided and some support spaces around it. Then the cafeteria, the media center. There's this instructional area here with those support breakout spaces on either side, circulation desk, that main entry up on the top there, that new corridor, and then the book component. Very important that your group, we want to maintain the book level. That's very important. There's a lot of data that suggests very successful with books in the freshman center. So we're not trying to eliminate or reduce books, but provide some newer collaborative opportunities. That's it.
So, Allison, this was presented to
Finance Committee.
Yeah. And so tonight, do we need to take action? Tonight's just for information.
This is just for information. It's an opportunity to ask questions if you have any for Jared or Tom. As we start to move forward with developing this process, we're looking at bids at some point this summer, and then in the fall, we'll start the first phase.
So some of this work will take place during the school year,
Yeah.
and some will take place during the summer?
Correct. Yep. We'll start probably late fall. Realistically, hopefully all things go to plan. We'll start late fall, break ground probably on that IT addition first. Start there, and then we'll break off some of that stuff in the summer. The first summer of 25, and then because we got to get in the building and do logistically, it's probably going to stretch to the next summer as well in 26. So to kind of incorporate all the spaces, all the mechanical upgrades, all that stuff. So, yes, during the school and in the summers.
So what year will we have air conditioning in the whole building?
So I think to safely say it'd be probably at the fall of 26.
Okay.
We have logistics issues with equipment and lead times on gear that supports that equipment that just it won't happen. I just want to make that. Don't hold me to it. So.
I just wanted to say something about the design that has to do with the media, the learning commons area. It's a really neat, I don't know if you've been in that, not everybody's been to that space, but having that open, now being able to close, it's really gonna make that space a little bit more functional, especially for students and groups trying to get together and, use that space. So I really like the
really loud in there.
It is very loud, yeah. So thanks.
And this information is included in the board packet if you wanted to spend a little more time.
Yeah, would just add to that a little bit. One of the things that we talked about in the Finance Committee at one of the things that was highlighted through this plan is how much it improves the functional, expands the functional use of this building without really adding too much of a extra square footage to it. So it looks good.
Yeah, good, thanks, Sylvia.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate that. Okay, we're on to number 8, transportation vehicle purchase.
So I'll turn to Ms. Clem.
Thank you very much. I have Matt Hewitt here this evening. He is our fabulous Director of Transportation. And I'll invite him up. We do have a quote that we'd like to show to you. We did secure 3 quotes, and this was the winning quote. But I'll let Matt speak a little bit more about the need for this transportation vehicle that is not a bus. So I'll let you take it away.
Thank you, Allison. I've never been called fabulous before. So I'm thankful for that start. Our vans, we have 4 vans that we utilize, and people wonder why we have vans and what they do. Our vans go, I was thinking about it today, anywhere from Indianapolis, Indiana to Nashville, Tennessee. Every Friday, every Saturday, we have a van that goes to, every Friday and every Sunday, a van that goes to Flint and back. And then they're used for various sports teams throughout the year. It provides us an opportunity with a regular driver's license for someone to take some sports teams to their destinations without having to utilize one of our buses, one of our bus drivers, so forth. So we do have a van that's not in the greatest repair. We do utilize it just in the general area. It's fine for doing that, but it's on its last legs. And we do need to change that out. Look to try to get vans. Traditionally, we'd use My Deal to get a van because that satisfies all the board needs for ordering something, but they won't even, when we work with them right now, I order them, but they don't come. We've tried it 3 different times now. The 10-passenger van, if you ever can get your hands on a 10-passenger van or know somewhere that will sell us one, let us know. Every school in the nation really is looking for 10-passenger vans right now. So we settled on, when I tried to get other like regular vans like you're used to seeing, like a 8-passenger van, something along those lines, still can't get those. When I go to the dealerships, they just say good luck and nice to talk to you, but that's all the further the conversations go. So we thought outside the box, talking with one of the places, and they said, what about something like a Suburban? Still get 8-passenger capacity, have more room behind the back seats, be able to put things back there like golf clubs who use our vans quite a bit. Also get the towing capacity that we really like to have. We have 2 vans right now that have a trailer tow package on them. This would tow our music trailer that gets towed around quite a bit, probably better, actually better than what the other ones would. So in getting prices, I ended up looking at Suburbans that are readily available. Don't have time to order one and get it here, but just something that's out there that we can do a dealer trade for. And one, basically their basic model. They asked what I wanted. I said, well, crank up windows and a rubber floor because of what they do to it. They said there's no such thing like that. So it would be their base model that would basically just have the trailer tow package on there. And so the price that we secured from Sparta is at $62,203.20. And when comparing them with the other places, they're going to give us a fleet discount on it. I couldn't secure that kind of price from the other dealerships around. They wanted to make money on their vehicles that were sitting there. So if there's any questions, I don't know if you would have any.
So there was one bid that came in about $800 less, but it didn't have that tow package, which is something that we definitely need in our district. So the recommendation is to approve the purchase of this 2024 Chevy Suburban from Sparta Chevrolet for $62,203.20. This will come out of general fund.
So we'd ask the board to approve that this evening and put it in our fleet, and it sounds like it would be ready to use fairly quick.
Yeah, within the next couple of weeks, they should be able to do a dealer trade and get it here for us.
Okay, motion to approve.
I'll move.
Jake?
Second.
Barb, second. Any other questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
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 Thanks, everybody. Tip new business, down to reports. Camille, you're up.
Good, no, hold on.
First off, I'd like to say thank you for recognizing me. That means a lot. I just do the most I can, the best I can, as often as I can, to anyone I can, and it means a lot to be recognized for that. I'm sorry for missing the last one. The tennis team was probably beating someone in the conference. But every other one, I enjoy coming to these and telling you about what our school does. My name's Pam. In the arts, this past week we still had a play, Newsies Junior, and we also had Silent Sky. These students are amazing on the stage. Not just the actors, but the stage crew, the costume designers, they're all amazing. They put on a great show. The art show happened last week, and that was throughout the high school. It was amazing too. Woods Awards, I know this one was first in the state by Lydia Brown, and she was so excited about it. She's on the tennis team, and she loved it. She put in lots of hours in it, so that was a fun tournament kind of like competition with the Woods. And then in the band, they have a spring concert coming up, and they also have auditions for Color Guard, I believe. In the athletics, boys volleyball, they have a home game tomorrow that I've been asked to go to, and I am very excited for. Boys and girls track had their conference match or meet last week Thursday. I know the boys won and the girls did not, but they get to go to regionals this Friday. Boys golf has an invite at Cedar Chase this Saturday. Boys rugby is at Traverse City on May 17th. Softball has districts on June 1st. Baseball has a home doubleheader against Granville tomorrow. Girls lacrosse is 5 p.m. tonight here. Boys lacrosse is at home tomorrow in Vicksburg. And then girls tennis, we just had our conference match in Grand Haven last Saturday, and we'll be in the regionals this Thursday, hopefully making it to states June 1st. Things to mention that have happened is prom. Prom was a huge hit at Frederick Meyer Gardens. You could go through the butterfly room. There was lots of things to do, lots of pictures being taken. All the people that helped put that together mean a lot. Relay for Life is May 17th this Friday at the middle school. We had Teacher Appreciation Week this week, so we had snacks and drinks given out to the teachers, making sure they feel loved. And then we also had the SAT tests right after spring break, and the AP tests were last week and this week, and we made sure to give them snacks and refreshments to keep them on their toes. Seniors, the award ceremonies are tonight at 5 and 7, and I believe that's where BTR is recording, so we can live stream. May 16th, we can go through this is just for seniors, May 16th, elementary school walkthroughs, and that night we'll have senior sunset. May 18 and 19 is senior send-off, and I'd like to recognize my mother. She put that all together. I know it's a lot for her, so if you have questions, don't ask me because I have nothing to do with it. But I know it's going to be amazing because she always puts in her 100%. And May 20th is our graduation. I believe that can also be live streamed. And finally, I'd like to pass the torch to Miss Brooklyn Schmucker. You want to come up here? She's been in student council since freshman year, and she's also part of Interact Club, Baking Club, Humane Society, Way, a million things. This girl is amazing. She shadows me throughout student council all the time, and there's no one more qualified for the position. She loves our school, she loves our district, she loves the staff, she loves the people, and she's going to do amazing things. Thank
you.
Yes,
So
this is
sweet.
next year's
Welcome.
And if you have any questions.
Questions for Camille? All right. Thank you, Camille. Thanks again. Congratulations. All right, committee reports. We had a good amount of committee activity the last couple of weeks. I know several items have been covered on tonight's agenda, but I just will go down the list. If there's anything that committee chairs want to highlight, please feel free to take a moment to do that. But I have up first curriculum. So Tricia, anything you want to highlight out of curriculum?
Yeah, we met on May 9th with Mike Graham. And he gave an update on some new coaching team assignments that would be assigned for the upcoming school year. And he went through, all of the benefits of the instructional coaches and how teachers really value them. And we also had an update about the elementary specials, which he already went through tonight. I, for one, am very excited to have STEAM as part of the regular specials that the kids get to have, because my kids are obsessed. And we talked a little bit about outdoor learning, and they're still kind of working through some ideas to take advantage of some of the facilities that the district has to offer in getting kids outside and allowing them some experiences. We also had a really good update on the Trails social emotional learning curriculum that was recently implemented. And it sounds like the teachers have given a lot of really good feedback and positive feedback, and any other feedback. It sounds like some of the teachers would like to have more materials and more ways to be better at implementing the curriculum. But it sounds like it's going really well, and just getting to read some of the positive things that have come out of the program so far have just been, it's just really great things. I think the longer it's in place, the better off the district is going to be, especially as it relates to that common language. And then we just had a quick update with related to some preventative programs like sex ed and internet safety that are going to, I think you were in the committee, and so he was just giving us an update on, some of the updates there, and I think that's about it.
Okay, thanks, Tricia. Any questions on that? Good, perfect. Okay, thank you. Let's see, I had finance written down next. Jake, anything else?
Yeah, so we had a finance committee meeting, but Allison covered it all. So we talked about the transportation, the freshman center, and we had a great time doing it. so it was not.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
it's okay.
HR's next.
HR, we got the preview edition of the principal shuffle that we just communicated out this last week, and I just want to thank Dr. Matthews and Dr. Wilson Crawford for their thoughtful approach to reallocating talent across the district with Edgerton Trails coming online. And I'm just so grateful that we're able to continue to support our really great building leaders in exciting new opportunities.
Great, awesome, thank you. Policy, anything else? Chris, I know we covered first reading.
No, just thank you to Corey. I think she covered everything, pretty in depth on that. We met on May 6th and we went through these new Neola changes. I think the only thing that I would kind of notate on that is that on the back of those policies, there's a reference to other policy numbers, just so that you know that this policy can relate to something else that we've got in our policy document. So just that piece, but other than that, most of them are grammatical and technical changes outside of that prevailing wage. And I think that one, if you really wanted to look that up, because we had extra time, that's MCL 480.1101, and that's the school code regarding the Michigan Prevailing Wage Act that we just put in. So does anybody have any questions on that? All right.
Okay, thanks everybody, appreciate that. So the third report is collaborative team reports, Dr. Matthews.
So tonight we have Amy Santillan and Jesus Santillan to present the collaborative team report for elementary and secondary. So we'll invite them up. And you can come to the podium up here, or you can stay there, whichever way you
I'll
want.
just stay here. I just have one slide, so it'll be pretty easy.
Okay.
Good evening, Dr. Matthews, board members, and central office staff. Want to talk to you a little bit about elementary happenings. Kind of an exciting time of year. We're wrapping up a lot of our testing and a lot of our hard learning, and we're doing a lot of reflection and moving forward and making plans for the future and reflecting on our goals and successes that we've had along the way, but we're also having a whole lot of fun. So this is a really exciting time of year. May goes by so quickly. It's pretty packed. After we've gotten through most of our testing, we're starting to look back at all of our successes with art night. Our fourth graders presented their wax museums for all of their studies on important figures in history. We've had all kinds of concerts, and now we're also looking at some of the great pictures that we took during our volunteer luncheons and our staff appreciation, and we've just had a lot of celebrations there as well. We have some exciting things right now happening in our buildings where we have new teacher stations coming in. So we're setting out some of the old furniture and bringing in some of the new with some upgraded technology, which is really exciting. And along with that, we have some buildings that are getting new furniture. So teachers are packing up classrooms and getting ready for that, that new look that's coming in, and exciting for all that new furniture to be in the buildings for our kids and teachers. And also we're getting excited because in June, we're gonna have some new training for our language arts curricular resource that we have, which is CKLA, and we're really pumped about that. And excited to get started so that teachers have their hands on that and get some really great training so that they can kind of plan into their summer, getting ready for the fall. So that's it. Lots of
Questions for
exciting
Ms.
things.
Santillan?
All right, thank you.
Move over there. There's a lot happening at the secondary level, so you're stuck with me for a little longer. First of all, both middle schools, North and East, sent their bands, orchestras, and choirs to the state fairs, and they received the top awards. They did an excellent job and received top awards when they were there. Also, both schools, East and North, completed M-STEP, and of course it wouldn't be M-STEP without a little bit of a struggle, but we got it done, and kids successfully completed it, as well as PSAT. Both East and North are in the process, almost at the tail end of it, finishing MAP growth assessments and WEA MAP assessments. Also, Spanish immersion students completed their language proficiency testing, which they can use to receive the seal of biliteracy as well. Seniors, high school seniors, will be at both middle schools on May 16 to do the graduation walk, which is pretty exciting. I've never experienced it myself, but I'm looking forward to it. East and North will complete their annual 8th grade walkout on the last day of school, celebrating all 8th graders from both schools. Also, during the week of May 20, 6th graders at North will be attending camp at Camp Manitoulin. Students at East, half of them attended Thursday and Friday last week, and the other half are there right now. They come back tomorrow. Both East and North 8th graders will be attending Michigan's Adventure on May 29. I'm going with them. I'm told that it's a great experience. Looking forward to it. National Junior Honor Society ceremonies will be held on May 28th to induct new members and celebrate the accomplishments of current members. Also, Spanish immersion students are working hard to fundraise for their Costa Rica trip coming up next year. They'll be partnering with Rockford and participating in the Food Truck Fiesta next Friday. So we're going to put a plug in for that Food Truck Fiesta next Friday at Rockford after school. North continues to host career series during RAM time that feature potential careers that students may be interested in pursuing. They would like to thank all the community members, parents who have volunteered to speak. East also hosted their last Parent Advisory Committee meeting of the year. It was offered both in virtual and in-person format, and they had a record attendance of 20 parents. Big news. For 9-12 grades, congratulations to the cast and crew of Newsies, which includes Superintendent Dr. Matthews, for their outstanding performances over the weekend. This production showcased the students in grades 8 through 10, and it is a great way to further the development of their incredible theater department. Seniors will complete their final high school exams this week in preparation for commencement on Monday, May 20. The month of May is filled with celebrations for the incredible class of 2024. Current 9 to 11 grade students will participate in arena scheduling soon. Arena scheduling allows 10 through 12 grade students to create their own schedule, the schedule that meets their needs by selecting the hours and trimesters and teachers that they would like for every course. 9th grade students still get the benefit of having their parents or a parent or a guardian help them work through it the first year. May 15, Rockford Freshman Center will host career exploration sessions for students. Each student will attend 3 30-minute sessions to get a glimpse of some potential careers and 1 session geared towards skills required to get and keep a job. Also, AP testing occurs in the first 2 weeks of May. Many of our students who choose to participate will be awarded college credit based on their performance. 10th grade students also completed a written AP test, which will couple their body of work from the course of consideration about college credits. And last, River Valley Academy update. They're looking forward to celebrating our 2024 graduates on May 29 at 7 p.m. at the Rockford FC cafeteria. River Valley students took a field trip to John Ball Zoo where they took a class on zoo-related careers and exhibit design, which was followed by a picnic for all students, and they visited the exhibits. Student leadership team is planning a field day, and students are working hard to finish classes before the end of the school year, which is right around the corner. And that's the secondary level update.
Any questions for Mr. Santino?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are on to recognition of visitors, and I think we have one, right? Am I right, Jody?
Nancy Shannon. Nancy Shannon?
Nancy Shannon. Is Nancy here tonight? Come on up. As she makes her way up, I'm gonna, just because I feel like I should, read my opening remarks about guidelines for public comment, so bear with me just a moment. So we value and welcome your input and feedback. We believe a collaborative relationship between our schools and the Rockford community is essential to achieving our shared goals. Public comment at the board meeting is intended to give the Rockford community an opportunity to address the board on issues in the Rockford Public Schools. At our meetings, the board and individual board members will not directly respond to comments or questions that arise during public comment, but may follow up through the superintendent. We ask you to limit your comments to 3 minutes to ensure everyone has an equal chance to express their views. Please be respectful and avoid using inappropriate language or engaging in personal attacks. We want to create an environment where everyone feels comfortable expressing their opinions without fear of retribution or harassment. We encourage you to provide constructive feedback and suggestions for improvement, which helps us improve our schools and better serve our students, families, and community. We thank you for taking the time to be here. We look forward to working together to ensure our schools continue to be a source of pride for our community. Please remember, public comment is one way we hear feedback from the community. It's certainly not the only way. Those who prefer other means to communicate often do so via email through the district website or by calling the superintendent's office. Just name it, please.
So that's that. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Our family moved to Rockford 11 years ago because of the good schools. And until recently, it seemed like a good decision. This year, our daughter and son were 9th and 11th grade students. Our son was excited that AP Statistics and AP US History were available. He got an A's his freshman year and wanted to study these topics with other students who were highly motivated to learn. There was the added attraction of getting college credit for a job well done. Having the option of AP classes is a wonderful opportunity if the student and parents both agree it is appropriate for that student. But our son, who only missed one question on the PSAT this month, had a horrible experience with the newly mandated AP seminar class, a three trimester class that replaced the traditional 2 trimesters of English 10. Losing an elective was bad enough, but being forced to take this experimental class with other students who didn't want to be there ruined his sophomore year, as well as our family's opinion regarding the high school curriculum. Our son sometimes stayed up past midnight, trying hard, but failing to meet the requirements for this class. Because it was an AP class, he was told the teachers couldn't answer his questions, but could only ask him other questions. Fatigue, anxiety, failure, and shame. What could go on here? Just yesterday, we watched a video from our new superintendent congratulating the sophomores on surviving the new AP seminar class. The superintendent said that he believed every student should take an advanced placement class, but as parents of one sophomore, we disagree. It's not that it couldn't be done, forcing every student to take an AP class, but it's that it shouldn't have been done, wrecking the joy and excitement of students and staff. And here's how it played out in another unnamed school system mentioned in Chapter 1 of Kurt Thompson's 2015 books, The Soul of Shame. The school system in which Jordan had grown up prided itself in the number of gifted and talented programs it provided for elementary and middle school children, and then the number of AP courses it offered its high school students. But it started out as an attempt to provide more opportunity for students, however, eventually dissolved into a cauldron of pressure and anxiety for students and parents alike. Instead of providing an opportunity for expanding curiosity and deepening character, teachers wound up being caught in the same vortex, feeling the pressure to train their students to perform well on AP exams so they could get in the best colleges. No longer was school and the learning it represented joy-filled. Instead, it had become a factory of worry that was fueled by shame, the institutional shame that the school and all its parts, test scores, students, teachers, and administrators carried was subtle but palatable. 2 paragraphs later, the author writes, eventually word got out to administrators about what was happening, which ultimately led to a restructuring of the curriculum, including a reduction in the number of AP classes offered at the school. This is a rare story.
I'm sorry, 2 minutes is expired.
10 more seconds?
10 more seconds.
This is a rare story in education, but it began with one teacher courageously creating the opportunity for institutional shame to be exposed. In these days of worsening student and parental stress, we ask that the decision to require AP seminar for all sophomores be reversed for the upcoming school year to allow our daughter the choice of taking regular English. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next is our superintendent from our Dr. Matthews.
Thank you. I appreciate the comments that were made this evening, and know that we're providing an opportunity for students and parents to provide some feedback this year, and I'll ask Mr. Rand to follow up with Ms. Shannon tonight so that we can get additional feedback from her and her family. Later this month, there will be 2 graduation ceremonies for students from Rockford High School and River Valley Academy. As a community, we should be proud of these graduates. These graduates continue the strong tradition of the Rockford Public Schools. Our students, when compared to other districts in Kent County, rank in the top 5 on evidence-based reading and writing and math performance. This year's graduates have been part of state championship teams, award-winning fine arts ensembles, and special programs like, as we saw this evening, Odyssey of the Mind. As importantly, our graduates are kind and gracious and have learned the lessons of citizenship and being part of a community. We can rightly be proud of those students and the staff who have supported them throughout their Rockford journey. We have 3 weeks of school left in the 2023-24 school year. Our next board meeting will be after the end of our school year, and I want to take a moment to express my thanks to our staff and families. We have asked our staff to do a lot this year, from free breakfast and lunch at every school, to new curriculum, to new furniture, to new teacher workstations. We have asked a lot, and our staff has responded. So thank you to all of our staff, maintenance, food service, tech, bus drivers, secretaries, parapros, the before and after school care, preschool, and our administrators. Together we have had a positive impact on our students. Our families continue to support their children in our schools, and we're incredibly thankful for all that our families do to help ensure our schools provide opportunities for our students. It's been a wonderful school year, and I look forward, as we all do, to our summer. But first, we will finish this school year strong. We have field trips and field days, and we have final units of study, exams, and final projects. There's still a lot to do in the 2023-24 school year, and we will make sure that we stay focused until May 31st. And that's my report this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews. Thanks, everybody. We're adjourned.